Hi, food friends. It's Kevin.
Hi there. I'm Ralph behind the camera.
And we're here in a hot kitchen today, but this is Cavalcade of Food, and we're making macaroni and cheese.
And you're barefoot.
Yes, yes, I am. I'm barefoot in the kitchen. Look at me. So let me do a couple things here by way of explanation. We're making mac and cheese. Let me show you what I've done ahead of time. I have boiled our macaroni, okay? We're going to use these cool little corkscrews. Then come on over here, Ralph. This is 3 tablespoons of melted butter, okay? I'm going to take that off the heat for a second.
Mo butter, mo better.
This is 2.5 cups of scalded milk with 2 bay leaves in it.
Can you explain exactly what scalded milk is?
I will, because people, you see that all the time. They talk about milk and they'll say scalded. What it means is that you bring it just up to a heat where it starts to, you do not want to boil milk, okay, because it can scald and it can burn very easily. But you see the little bubbles around the edge of the pot?
Okay. So bubbling on the edge, but not a full boil.
Exactly, and it's just starting to steam. Then you take it off the heat.
And I see it's creating a bit of a skin. Is that?
Yes. So that milk is scalded.
Sign of good scalding. Okay.
So I'm gonna.
To your butter, you are adding, looks like flour.
Yep. And so we do this all the time. Equal amounts fat and flour. So that's 3 tablespoons of butter and 3 tablespoons of flour.
And I've heard you say before.
Excusez-moi.
I've heard you say that you have to make sure that the flour is, cooked a bit. It's not. You don't want pieces of dry flour in there. So
no, raw flour does not taste good. And as a matter of fact, we're going to cook this roux a little bit past blonde. Okay, so we want it kind of medium blonde, sort of. My color, maybe, medium blonde.
Okay.
So now what you need to do is you really need to keep an eye on it because it does cook fast. See, I don't know if the camera can pick it up. It's on the white side, but it's slowly getting more and more tan.
A little darker, and it's getting bubbly.
Well, that's doing that. Let's come over here right quick. Here's what we've got. I've got 3 cheeses. I got 1.5 cups of sharp cheddar. I got 1/2 cup of mozzarella. That's just for the gooiness. And I got 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan.
Oh, wow.
Okay? We're going to throw in some jalapenos. Not the whole can, maybe a tablespoon or so, just to give it a little zhuzh zing. I got dry mustard, salt, and pepper, and then I've got fresh breadcrumbs over there. So, I'll tell you what, I'm going to finish. Look at the color now. I don't know. It's a little bit more brown. Can you see? We're going to cook it maybe just another minute or so, and then what I'm going to do is little by little, I'm going to take the hot scalded milk. I'm going to leave the bay leaves in, but I'm going to get the scalded milk out of there. Let me get my ladle, and we'll transfer it over here into the roux and get it thickened up. Because basically, what we're going to do is this roux is our cheese sauce. Actually, you know what? Come on, Ralph. This is ready to go.
Let's do it.
Look at the color now.
Oh yeah.
Now you can really see.
It's definitely
and it's starting to smell nutty.
Yes.
Okay.
Like you.
All right. So let's going to take a ladle of our.
Whoa.
All right. Of our hot milk.
Your scalded milk.
And we're going to get it in there. Okay. Again, more milk.
It's almost creating like a cheesy smell.
More milk. And what we want to do, of course, is we want to keep stirring until the flour mixture, we want this smooth, which is why I'm using a whisk.
And continually whisking it.
Right.
So you
We've got it kind of on a medium-low heat here. We're going to keep adding our warm milk that's been infused with our bay leaves. We're going to keep adding. Kind of got to be right and left-handed here, but
it's not just warm milk, it's scalded milk.
Scalded milk, right. We gave that milk such a scalding. Okay. So we're going to keep I'm going to hold on, let me get these two. Let me get the bay leaves out of here. Okay. So
want me to pour it?
Can you do that and do the camera?
I can, okay. And that way you can be like the three-handed chef.
Well, I want to bring this up a little bit. Okay, good. Go ahead and put it down, Ralph.
Oh, I thought you meant...
No, that's all right. So we're just going to keep adding because this will thicken up as it gets closer to the boiling point.
So the heat stays on and the scalded milk goes in bit by bit.
Bit by bit. We're going to keep putting our milk in.
It thickens up. Okay.
Yep. And keep stirring because this is the basis of our cheese sauce. So we'll be right back. The macaroni is done. Once our base is done, we're going to add our cheese and we're going to add our seasonings, a little jalapeno. We'll put it all together. We're baking it in a 9x13 dish in a 350 degree oven, okay?
All right, we will be right back.
Yeah, right back. We've got basically our white sauce here. Nice and thickened up.
This is interesting to me because I have never made mac and cheese, and I know it's a much loved American meal, but I never knew that there was a base. I just figured you just threw a bunch of cheese in with some pasta.
Well, you can. I mean, you could just add that. You wouldn't get the creaminess, though. This is really what we're going for. What I put in there was the dry mustard, the salt and the pepper, and of course the dry mustard gives it a little bit of that sharpness.
A little tang?
Yeah, a little tang. Now I'm going to put in our 3 cheeses. You know, you could use all cheddar if you wanted. The Parmesan is nice, though. It really does give it a
little zip, a different kind of a cheese flavor.
And the heat, you know, I've turned the heat off. The heat is just going to melt these cheeses together. Okay. And let me just we're going to move on over here. Look at that.
It looks very nice. It looks it's got a nice color to it. A trio of cheeses and a little, maybe a tablespoon of
jalapeno. Just a little bit.
Enough to give it a little zip.
Mm-hmm.
Zippity doo-dah.
And then, you know, you'll get a jalapeno
flavor
here and there throughout. Okay. You could put in, by the way, if you were having mac and cheese as a main course, we're having it as a side. You could put chopped, cooked bacon. You could put diced ham in here. You could, you know,
fancy restaurants
really
put lobster
creative.
in there.
Lobster, oh yeah.
You could do a lot of fun things with it.
You really could.
If you were making it more of a main. But this is a side because we have people coming over and we're going to have Kevin's famous slow-cooked spare ribs, blueberry cornbread, and mac and cheese on the side.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll be a good meal. And what I'm going to do here is get all this in.
Is this going to bake in this bowl that it's in?
No, it's not. I'm just simply, this is simply to mix it.
I see.
Remember, we got this 9x13, which I've greased with nonstick spray. And then I'm going to just keep...
I can smell the cheese from the concoction. It smells good.
Mac and cheese is really a casserole.
Let's keep you from just diving in and eating it right now.
Nothing, that's what.
You have to bake it.
Yeah, you do.
What does the baking do?
Well, the baking is just
solidifies it a bit?
Yeah, and it allows sort of the cheese to really kind of marry with the pasta. And it also creates that important top crust, which a lot of people really covet.
Yeah, I do like that.
Okay, so let's put it. In we go. Okay, we want to make sure we get all of our cheese sauce out of here. Now, this
flavor in there.
Yeah, this would be sometimes if you really want to cheese it up, you would put more shredded cheese on top. See, we're not going to do that.
Because there's enough, and it's going to bake, and it's going to create its own little topping and crust, and then you're going to put these breadcrumbs on there too.
But that's what I'm going to do. So these are fresh breadcrumbs. So what I did is I actually just took bread that we had, and if you have stale bread, it's great use for it, and put it in the little food processor, and boy, in just a few seconds you have these breadcrumbs. But what they're going to do is they're going to toast on top, and they're going to make our crust. You could also toss these breadcrumbs, which I didn't do, in a little butter if you wanted to really rich them up.
And I've heard of people using saltine, soda crackers,
Yes, salt.
and
Even
potato
oh my God,
chips.
potato chips, you name it. So, basically, how long do you cook this for? Everything that's in there is cooked. The pasta's cooked, the cheese sauce is cooked.
So I would guess not a very long time.
Not a long time, but what you want is you want the crust. And so it probably will take maybe 15 to 20 minutes in a 350 degree oven. And then it's going to be ready. So you know what? We'll come back when we get this baby out of the oven and it's nice and toasty and a little bubbly on top.
Don't you want to put it in?
I'm going to put it in right now. So, yes sir, here we go. Mac and cheese time. It's been in, I don't know, about 25 minutes, I guess.
Feels like forever.
I know it does. Yeah. See that nice brown?
Yes.
Yes, that's what we want right there. So, there it is, folks. Mac and cheese.
And it's got like a nice creamy kind of lighter color to it and delicious cheesy smell.
Yep.
Too bad it's too hot for you
It's
to
too
taste
hot.
test.
You do need to kind of just let it, you got to slow your roll a few minutes before you dig into this. Let that cheese tighten up a little bit. But that's it.
Sounds
Homemade
good.
mac and cheese. They'll love you for it.
Can't wait to have it.
So, we got a nice party going on tonight, and we're doing some good eating with some good friends. So, we had a great time doing this. Hope you did too. Thanks for being a part of it.
There's always room for you at our table at Cavalcade of Food.
That's right. See you next time.